So, Scott, thank you for joining us. And how are you today?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Good, good. And I can see the TKH logo in the background, so that's all changed for you guys right now.
Yeah, went through a bit of a merger, combining some businesses from the start of this year. So, anyone who's been involved in a merger would know that that's comes with its own challenges and things. But no, it's been quite been really good for our business, and the merging of the Park Assist and the Park Eyes product lines has been quite good for our business. And now, this is one we're about to talk about, one of the first things that actually comes out of that. So
yeah, absolutely. I think it's super great as well for your customers because they get a more comprehensive whole solution between the two companies. But let's start with maybe you could briefly introduce yourself and your role at TKH.
Yeah, sure. My name's Scott Dubois. I'm the VP of product management within what was formerly known as Park Assist and now known as TKH Security. So I oversee basically all of the product lines, formerly of just parking, but now slowly creeping on and picking up more and more of the not just parking elements, but other security elements that make sense to combine with the parking solutions.
Okay, perfect. So obviously we're here to discuss the PE360 smart sensor system. So do you want to tell me a bit more about what it is and how it differs from other systems?
Yeah, sure. So the PE360 is a new sensor offering that we're bringing to market right now, which is the kind of the brainchild of putting our technology teams together. It's a simplified camera-based parking guidance sensor offering, really designed to compete with the ultrasonic type of products. It incorporates the traditional types of vehicle sensing that we're familiar with, along with our high-tech approach to navigation and guidance, along with site-wide surveillance. So one of the key advantages is a simplified approach to the implementation and commissioning of this system. And like all of our video-based products, it leverages the power of our ever-building and ever-growing software suite. The key differentiator on this product between the traditional ultrasonic solutions and the PE360 is the 360-degree field of view that the sensor has. So it's able to sense vehicles using video, but also record that video in a complete coverage scenario. So there's no gaps in the video footage. Covering not only just where the cars are parked, but also the driving aisles, in between the cars, etc. Essentially, it's an advanced surveillance system that also does parking guidance.
Perfect. So that leads nicely into the next question. Well, we know that everybody's preference right now is for more compact solutions. So can you tell me a bit about the infrastructure of the PE360?
Sure. So this sensor is actually designed to work with both the traditional Park Eyes sort of architecture and infrastructure, along with the Park Assist infrastructure and architecture. So this is the first piece where we're starting to combine what our systems look like. It's incredibly light in terms of infrastructure compared to ultrasonic systems. I mean, it's one sensor that does up to 6 bays. It's mounted in the middle of the aisle, so there's no individual light per sensor. There's no individual sensor per bay. And there's minimal disruption to implement. You're doing the installation in the middle of the driving aisle. If there's a few cars around, that doesn't matter because you don't have to move them out of the parking spaces.
Perfect. So it does sound like it's very quick to install.
It's especially when you compare it to the traditional ultrasonic solutions. So yeah, mounted down the middle of the driving aisle. One piece of channel down the middle or one piece of cabling infrastructure down the middle, with very little disruption to your daily operations.
Perfect. So as we discussed briefly just now, we know that Park Assist and Park Eyes have recently merged under the TKH Security umbrella. So and you mentioned the PE360 works with both ecosystems. Is it the same in terms of how you would do the installation for both ecosystems, or are there some differences? Or
largely it's the same. I mean, it's the same sensor that gets installed in the middle of the driving aisle, so it's the same cabling that gets installed. And there's a little bit of differences in the software packages that we can provide. We actually are able to provide, an on-premise based solution to keep things nice and local and simple. We also have a cloud-based solution with our INX product suite, that enables the full power of the cloud with full, control of your environment from your desktop at, almost at home if you wanted to. So we're able to provide both sorts of solutions to cover the wide range of the market. So it brings to the fore, the power of where ParkEyes was strong in the past and where Park Assist was strong. We now have the option of both.
Perfect. And in terms of geographical locations, do you have any specific markets that you're targeting right now, or is it just a...
So between Park Assist and ParkEyes, we pretty much targeted the entire globe previously as a shared. So if you put those together, I don't think there's really any gap. So the Park Assist brand was always strong in the US and in Australia, for instance, and had a little bit of coverage into Europe. ParkEyes kind of carries that on and has further coverage in Europe. ParkEyes has been very strong in Latin America. Both businesses have been fairly strong in the Middle East. So between the two, we've got a fairly good coverage. So again, this is us coming together and providing a more simplified offering that works across both ecosystems, targeted for all markets. It's kind of the best of both worlds.
And what's it like working in the different types of markets? I'm sure you've got experience with that too.
Look, there's lots of cultures we work with, so that's always, for anyone who's done a fair amount of travel, that's always interesting, and there's always a lot of learning. People are interesting. And in the end, we deal with parking, but the biggest thing about our business is actually dealing with people.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people forget that the customer journey is the most important thing. So it's nice that you've mentioned that.
Exactly right.
So as we sort of briefly mentioned, you said you were fine, but thank you for taking the time to do this interview. And I really hope that we can actually see each other in person very soon at a live event.
I think we're all looking forward to getting back out there and out to some in-person trade shows again and getting back to normality, right? So.
Absolutely. Was there anything that we missed that you'd like to add?
No, I think we've sort of covered a lot of the key aspects. You'll obviously see a lot more publications come out from our side. We've got some brochures and marketing material and imagery and things that'll hit the marketing channels literally this week. And for anyone who has any questions, obviously reach out to any of the normal contacts within the TKH /ParkEyes /Park Assist businesses, as you all know and love.
Yeah, perfect. We will make sure that all the relevant contact details are at parking-net.com. And yeah, thanks again, Scott, and best of luck with all of the new installs that I'm sure will be rolling in very soon.
Thank you.